Meloy.
Good morning, and thank you, Chairman Brady and Vice Chair Klobuchar, for the pleasure of speaking with the Joint Economic Committee this morning about the economic impacts of the natural gas revolution. We have indeed in the midst of an energy reboot in America, unlike any I've seen in my 30-year career. And thanks and driven by the innovation and technology of the many dedicated men and women of the oil and gas industry. In terms of technology, the confluence of the time-tested, proven techniques of horizontal drilling and hydraulic fracturing served as the game changer in opening access to shales and other tight rock formations. America's newfound abundance of cleaner natural gas is only possible through the combination of these technologies. In other words, without fracking and without horizontal drilling, there is no new age of energy self-sufficiency in America, which is very important for the geopolitical reasons spoken to earlier. There is no material carbon reductions from greater utilization of natural gas that have resulted in the U.S. lowering its total carbon emissions to levels not seen since 1994. There are no lower costs for consumers that benefit every American, amounting to $1,200 per household, as was mentioned earlier. And there are no substantial taxes, royalties, and leases paid by industry to the tune of $85 million per day, which helps government pay for important public services, including the education of our children. In addition, if you think back to 2005, when Hurricanes Rita and Katrina hit the Gulf of Mexico, natural gas prices spiked to $14 per million BTU, demonstrating how dependent the U.S. was on natural gas from the Gulf of Mexico. Gas shales have provided a geographical diversity in the United States that has stabilized and increased supply and significantly dampened the price volatility. Production of natural gas in the U.S. has increased 30% since that time. And whereas the IEA back in 2009 predicted natural gas prices of $13 per million BTUs in 2035, they're now predicting $6 per million BTUs. This is outstanding news for consumers, manufacturers, electrical providers, and others, and it is the economic engine that I believe can bolster the U.S. economy for decades. The company I work for, Anadarko Petroleum, is currently the third largest natural gas producer in the United States. We are the largest natural gas producer in Senator Mike Lee's home state of Utah, and we've invested more than $4 billion developing natural gas in the Marcellus Shale in Senator Toomey's and Casey's home state of Pennsylvania. I am proud that we've achieved a 40% reduction in the amount of surface space needed to develop oil and gas in Colorado's Wattenberg field. By expanding gathering and pipeline infrastructure, we've eliminated more than 10 million truck miles in the Wattenberg field, significantly reducing the traffic and associated emissions. We continue to invest in technology to reduce emissions, detect methane leaks, and also source, transport, and recycle water. The key going forward for our industry is for elected leaders to keep working together toward solutions, refusing to perpetuate the climate of obstruction and the demonization of industry that is fundamental to modern life. It means recognizing that a vibrant oil and gas industry makes other industries more productive, fueling the economy that creates opportunity. We recognize the need for comprehensive and consistent state-based regulation. They provide legitimacy for our activities and help build public trust. This is why many states continue to benefit from the shale expansion, tight sand development. Yet these activities are relatively stagnant on federal lands due to a costly and uncertain federal regulatory environment. Enabling infrastructure and pipeline expansions will help ensure that we stay ahead of other parts of the world that have shale resources, but no infrastructure to move it to market. Creatively partnering with industry to expand compressed natural gas fueling stations can help put more natural gas in the gas tanks of the American fleet vehicles, meaning cleaner cars, cleaner fleets, cheaper fuel, and less reliance on foreign oil. We don't have to choose between a future with fossil fuel development or a future with a cleaner environment. We can choose both. It is solely dependent upon our ability to continue to collaborate, rely upon sound science, streamline access, and not just identify problems, but do what our industry has been doing for decades, using ingenuity to find solutions. Thank you.
Thank you.